Hi guys, it's Sky, and this is what's so funny. So this Sunday, sadly, was the last comedy show at the Cove. Come on, guys. It's not the last comedy show for me. It was just the last comedy show at the Cove on Geneva on the Lake for the season. But don't fret. I'm not done on stage. I promise you. But it has been a great journey at the Cove. And I can't tell you how blessed I was to not have only been at the Cove, but have had so many great memories on that stage, so many great times on that stage, and have met so many great people for being able to be on that stage. And I can't thank enough the Cove, the people at the Cove, Jimmy Ward III, Jimmy Ward Jr., my mentor, Kristen, Brandon, Victoria, Nick, Marco, Melissa, Tommy, Riley, and just all of my fellow comedians who I've met through and through. And it's just been so great. I have had so many just wonderful memories at the Cove. And honestly, it's not going to stop. My time with comedy is not going to stop. But with that being said, I'm still going to find a way to support people. It's just December's kind of slow for me because December is also my anniversary with my fiance. So no matter, even when I was doing martial arts, it would slow down because I celebrate my anniversary, celebrate the holidays, and then I go back to martial arts. Well, that's going to be the same thing in comedy. I slow down for a little bit, and then I go back to doing comedy. Well, the crazy part for how this is going to work this year, literally in first, second, third, fourth, fifth, so 4 days, I'm going to Columbus for pretty much Comic-Con. And then come back. And then I'm going to be going to Funny Farm for a show. But then before that, on the 4th, I have an open mic. So literally, right before I leave, I do an open mic at Pit Stop in Parma. So there's that. And then I have the show at Funny Farm that I'm going to not be performing, and I'm just going to be going and having fun at. So there's that one. And then I'm going to celebrate Christmas / my anniversary / that. Then the New Year, and then it's just comedy. And then obviously we're going to be back for the summer, and then that's just going to be crazy. And so, and then there's a lot. I don't know if you heard that was my arm. Fiber is a fun bitch to deal with. But, it's a lot, and it's a lot of stuff that I'm just going to keep going on. There's a really good chance a lot more is to come. I'm trying to work out a few things. But again, December couldn't have come with the worst of it times and the best of times. Sorry, I had to finish that. But because of con and everything, it's just like, yes, I just need the one tiny little break to go do con, because no matter what, I was ready for this. And by the way, I have 2 cons. I have the one in the beginning, then I'm going to Pittsburgh, and then the day I come back from Pittsburgh, I'm only there for the day. I come back, and then I'm going to Great Wolf Lodge with my niece, nephew, and their mom. So yeah, it's gonna be great, and I'm like, it's insane, and there's just so much going on. And the day we come back is literally 2 days before Christmas or whatever. It's like, it's gonna be insane, and it's like, so that's where my mind's been, is trying to get everything done, and then I have to finish Christmas shopping, which is just like, so comedy and Comic-Con, and yeah, basically Comic-Con packing had to happen before December even hit, and then on top of all that, I had to have work training done before December even hit, which was insane enough. So, but what is this podcast going to be about today, if anything, because of the fact that Cove is over for the season? Well, I want it to reflect on 4 months in. Yes, we're 4 months in. December, we will be 5 months in. And how does that feel? Every month I add on to it, it still feels amazing. Honestly, I just posted about on my Facebook. I don't know if I put it on Instagram. I don't think I did, and I should. I'll probably post it after this, but I met Michael Winslow from Spaceballs and Police Academy. He is so down to earth, and he's such an amazing actor, voice actor. I see why he's the man of like a bajillion voices. I say bajillion because it's like literally, he could make a whole rock band out of his mouth alone. Like, I wish I was kidding. It was like, it's that, but it's so much more. Like, I can't do like one voice out of what he can do. It's amazing. Like, you could have a whole rock band. You can sound like a cello. You can sound like a drum set. It's so cool. And it's awesome. It's awesome. And I was just flabbergasted by what he could do. And for those who don't know Michael Winslow, he is the one that does the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps from Spaceballs. And then Police Academy, if you remember the part where he's going, he's like, "You want a Wyman?" And he puts his hand on the microphone, and he's acting like gunshots. He's like, "Knock that off." So, yeah. It amazes me that I would never have had these opportunities had I not gone into comedy. And I'm very blessed. I really am. I can't express that enough. So what is coming next? What comes next? Soon you'll see. You remember you belong to me. Sorry, when I say that phrase, that's the song that comes to my head. ADHD moment. No, honestly, I want to obviously be on stage more. It was so funny because I saw a friend of mine is going to be headlining at, I forget where he's headlining, but his name's Namit. And I'm really excited for him headlining, because it made me realize my own goals, what I want to do, like where I want to see myself. Do I eventually want to headline? Absolutely. I'm obviously not there yet. I'm amazed if I can get 10 minutes in. Because, I'm not gonna lie, I was really mad at myself, last show, and I was gonna express this anyway. Last show of the Cove, right? I get 10 minutes. I'm very confident. Very excited. Not many people, obviously. It's just the comics and Nick's family. Okay, great. Awesome. Do my set. Get to the part about Kim Jong-un being my father. Okay, great. We got this. He rules the country with an iron fist. He says, "Do your homework. Eat your..." I look in the audience. I blank out. The line is supposed to be, "Do your homework. Eat your vegetables. Rule the..." What the fuck are you talking about? That's the line. But my brain, like, blanked out. Like, everything that's in my head dissipated and was gone and did not exist anymore. And that meant the rest of the lines were gone, too. And I'm like, okay, how are you supposed to fucking recover from that? Because then the next part of that was, so I left. And usually what it is, it depends where I am. So, like, in this case, it'd be, I tunneled out of North Korea and left. And I came here from insert where you are, so Geneva on Lake. And not that it's much better. That's what it would have been. And then I would have gone into the bit of, you know, but honestly, you go into something, then eventually goes into, now, by now you can tell, I'm South Korean, it's a joke, and then you point someone in the audience, that's how you do audience play. You in the white hat, t-shirt, whatever, you know, have to call ice on me, okay? None of that happened. I tried to recover and I tried to do that. Nope. It didn't happen. I couldn't remember anything I was supposed to say. It's like everything I was supposed to remember went south for the winter already. Like, it just flew the coop and left. I had been saying this whole set, like, multiple times. There's stuff on YouTube. There's variations of the set. But I had it down. Last show, I mind you. Last show at the Cove. I lost all of it. So, the last show you get at the Cove is me swirling around and hesitating and recuperating and recovering as if I had been dropped from a 50-story building and have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I'm actually proud of myself because I think my recovery is the thing I'm more proud of than anything else. The failing, I'm very irritated with myself. But the recovery is what I'm proud of. In fact, I was able to recover from just knowing after my father rolled with an iron fist, and right after that line hit, I was just like, it all dissipated. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So if you watch the set and you can hear my voice, it changed. And I go, that's what you get when you get an ADHD comment on stage, and then we just went from there. Because at some point you have to figure out how to recover and just not make it dead silence, and that's what I did. And again, I wasn't happy that happened, but there's, again, some point where you have to figure out how to recover from it. And that's one thing I think I had to learn, because the older set that I did, like if you watched from the very beginning of my comedy 4 months from now, it's not the first time it's happened. It hasn't happened to the extreme that it's happened now, but there was a smaller extreme that happened, and I forgot my set, and I started using the phrase, that's what you get when you have a comic with ADHD, or you got a comic with bipolar or some extent. I'm not lying, because I actually have ADHD and bipolar, but it kind of just jumps there, and it says that I have whatever it is, because it is true. I'm never gonna say I have a disability that I don't have. I'm just going to introduce it in a way, and unless I purposely make the set about whatever disability it is, otherwise I won't introduce it unless I absolutely need to. Like, I think in a few months or so, I'm gonna start doing a set that's purposely about my disabilities. Because, I think, maybe, I don't know, but that's usually how I introduce my disability in the set, is by doing that when I screw up. And that's usually how I get it within the set. So, but then when I started thinking about it more, it's like, it's always a learning experience. I might be irritated with myself in the moment, but I don't stay irritated too long. Because I just tried with it. I'm my biggest worst enemy. I've noticed that. That's the one thing I've noticed. I'm my biggest worst enemy. So, and then I didn't mention, I might have mentioned this in a few podcasts ago, I'm not sure when exactly. The World Comedy Series is coming up next year. I shouldn't say it's coming up. It's next year. I know Jimmy, Brandon might be going, and somebody else, and I forget who. It might have been Levi, I'm not sure. I might be going for the pure fact of just going for open mics in Vegas. I don't know yet. The reason I only announced it is because I want it out there in the public to know that I might be going for open mics. Will I be entering the World Series of Comedy? I don't know. There's a lot that's going on next year that might interfere with it. So I don't know. I wanted to put it out there though, that is a strong possibility that I might go to Las Vegas. Now, if what is happening next year does happen, there is a very strong possibility that I will not go to Vegas. Because I might not be able to. Now, if things go out right, though, and I do what I need to do next year, I still might be able to go to Vegas. But we'll see. And then finally, there is also another open mic I just realized that I'm going to in Elyria. And I forget the day because I would have to get on my phone and stop recording. And I don't want to do that right now. But it's at Text Brandon White or message him if you want to know the actual details, because I don't actually know them. And then there's if you go on funnyfarm.com, you can see all the events that Funny Farm's putting on. Probably who I'm going to be reaching out to more as the winter comes, even though they're just about as far away as the Cove. So, we'll see though. Just trying to get my comedy out there as best I can. I actually started liking the Funny Farm the first time I went on there, though. I always liked them. It's just the first time it was like deer in the headlights, because they literally have a light that's like blinding and you can't see anybody. Well, the second time I went on it, I must have got adjusted to it pretty quick, because I could see the first like row of people and it was really weird to see. But the first time I'd go on the stage, I couldn't see jack shit. I couldn't. And it was glaring off my glasses. And I felt like I was talking into a room with empty seats, even though I was very aware that people were in there. So it was very cool. And finally, there was one other thing. I know this is late. This is going to go up in a few minutes. I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday. You're going to see this video in about 10 minutes. But what is your favorite Thanksgiving meal? Mine, when I could eat it, was mashed potatoes with gravy and butter, sour cream. Sour cream is a Pollock thing, I think, so that's why I liked it. But now I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't do butter or sour cream or any of that, unless it's lactose-free sour cream and butter. And then finally, Brussels sprouts made by my stepmother. Yes, I have fought a 5-year-old child for Brussels sprouts. And don't get any funny ideas. I will not eat anybody's Brussels sprouts but my stepmother's. And if you don't think I'm lying, I fought a 5-year-old with a fork. Not legitimately fought her, but literally, last Brussels sprouts, if this is a fork, we were about to go hand-in-hand combat with forks for a Brussels sprout. So, and speaking of that 5-year-old is no longer 5. She is taller than me. And, yeah. We got to see each other over Thanksgiving, so that was really nice. And she talked about a game that she plays, a video game. I'd never heard of it. And it also tells me that I'm getting old. Which is fair. But, with that being said, you guys, I'm excited for the next part of this journey of comedy. 5 months, I am so excited what this could mean. I might get some hookups in Columbus, because there's a comedy thing in Columbus at the con. There's like this thing for comedy going on. I'm not exactly sure what it is, like an improv thing, and I'm really excited. So hopefully I'll be able to catch it. So so many opportunities coming up, so many things that could be. And again, it's just, if I didn't try comedy, none of this would have been even possible. So again, gotta thank the big man himself, Monty Lumpkin, because if it wasn't for him, I would have never said yes to even going on stage, let alone the open mic, let alone now almost 4 months in to this amazing journey, and just where I've gone to where I started, and then to the people I've met, to the people I continue wanting to work with, to people I want to meet, you know? So yeah. And then places I would love to go to in terms of performing, you'll just have to wait for food for thought. Maybe I'll get it in there. So, but you guys, I have been very, very excited to finally share what I've had on my mind and tell you guys for a while now. I will talk to you guys all later. And as always, guys, I hope you guys can share this video with whoever, as many people as you want. And I hope you guys can check out the next podcast or show. And I will talk to you guys all later, okay? Bye.